Well, there we go. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Sunday. It is sweltering outside. We're in meteorology summer now, and boy, it feels like it. I know yesterday I walked up to Starbucks and I started getting dizzy. And so this morning, and again, I in the morning time at 9:30 when I went down to the little dollar store, I was okay, but man, it was just sweltering out there yesterday. And today it's warm. It's not as bad as it was yesterday though. The humidity doesn't feel like it's as bad. But shout out to you all. Like I said, this is I normally podcast around 6:30. And so shout out to everybody that's here, and shout out to all the new subs. And looks like we stabled out at about 2,225. So we were up to close to 2,040, up 2,020 40. But you know, once we have declared ourselves full woke, other people got mad and took off. So, but again, if you're not woke, you're not going to be able to play games like Silent Hill F because those have girls in it, and you're going to get mad at that. You're not going to be able to play Resident Evil 9 or Requiem, whatever they're calling it. You're not going to be able to play Ghost of Tsushima, and you're not going to be able to play Grand Theft Auto 6. All these games have female protagonists, and they're woke. According to the rules, those aren't my rules. Those are the rules of the woke people, the anti-woke people. So so it's gonna be funny for you all who want who think that the wokeness. If you think it's funny, go ahead and just hang out. You're not gonna be able to play these games. But with the main thing we're talking about today, got a few stories to hit on. But going to before the NBA finals start, which is in about an hour and a half. And I do want to watch. I've maybe watched 5 NBA games this year. This is at game 7. I'm like, all right, I'll watch. Indiana's across the border, so we'll have to wait and see how this turns out. See how this plays. So, but yeah, so it comes on at 8:00, and I assume it starts at about 8:15. So I should be able to watch most of it. So I haven't seen but I didn't know Indiana and OKC were this good. When I really stopped watching it is when they were in the bubble down at Orlando, Florida, when they played their NBA thing and the Lakers won it. So that's really the last one the one where Golden State won. They beat Boston in 5 games or something. I watched that series. So I guess that was about 3 years ago. But I watch more college basketball now. That's more my speed. I just enjoy the tournament. I think the tournament is played this year. The tournament was played at an extremely high level. You have a bunch of guys that come back to school. I think that's fantastic. So we'll start out with a PC story. Shout out to El Nini. He is a mod. Shout out to everybody else that's going to be here later on and listen later. What's happening? But yeah, I'll shout out to AB Media. It was on with AB last night. It was late. I didn't realize how late it was when the stream ended. I only slept for 5 hours. So yeah, I'm over here fighting it. So Outsider Gaming Nights in the house. Shout out to it. AB's a mod. Shout out to him. And so we're gonna kick it off here for all you folk that are looking to build a PC. I personally, this is a card I'm personally looking at when I upgrade from my 3060. And so we're gonna go ahead and just show you guys what I'm looking at it and why I'm looking at it. So this card, this is AMD's card or Team Red's card. This card is only about $450. This is a GPU, and it plays at 1440p. Now I'm a 1440p guy, so I believe in 2K. That's 1440p, 2K. So, and that's where I like to play at. So, shout out to everybody who wants to go up to 2160p. I like 1440p. For me, you get a 32-inch screen, 32-inch screen, and you play at 1440p. I think you're fine. But clearly, this is a real good argument. It comes from Wired, or as they would like to say, Ward. Wired. So, but it clearly says here that AMD targets people who are playing at 1080p. Let me kind of blow that up here. So, and again, this is where most people are playing. They just now have started shifting into 1440p. So again, you can get the 5060, which is for the game. Like I play DCS Flight Sim, and DCS Flight Sim, they love the RTX. It's optimized for RTX cards. So the 5060 is also something that I'm looking at as well. But the $400, this is for GPU. Now up here it clearly says an $800 GPU needs $1,200 in other parts. Don't need that for this GPU. You can get a decent CPU for about 150 bucks. I mean, a decent one, a Ryzen CPU for 150. You can get a motherboard for about 99, maybe 79 to 129. The power source gonna run you between 79 and 99. So right there, you're cooking. You're cooking, and you're right at 600 bucks, and that gets you everything. All right, so you see your case. You're gonna put your PC in. Once you get your PC done, the case is gonna cost you about 100 bucks. So 700 bucks out the door, get you a good PC. Okay, not gonna be great, but as of right now, this thing is let's see here, it's $390 or 28 bucks a month if you do their I think this is a firm. I think, yeah. So you just make your payments on time, or you can call a firm and pay $40 a month and pay it off. Instead of paying it off in 18 months, you pay it off in a year. It's a good card. So let's look at the 5060 XT. And it's about the same price. So this is 20. Yeah, these are roughly the same price. So I may get this one. It could be here tomorrow if I order it now. But yeah, this so you guys know, if you're looking to build a PC, because I know a lot of people are leaving Xbox and are getting PCs. What cracks me up about this stuff is that guys like Jay Fonz and Colt Eastwood, the guys who have the biggest rattlers online, they are playing on PC. They're not playing on Xbox anymore. So, and I don't blame them. You know, so very fast, if you don't know, Xbox is exiting out of the console business and what they're going to do. And also, shout out to Porter Rock. He interviewed the Mag yesterday. Great interview. Well, and I agree with what Porter Rock said. Well, my understanding of this is that Microsoft is simply going to push the software end of it through Windows, and they're going to have Asus and Dell and Alienware. They're going to be the ones that make the actual physical case and the box and all that kind of stuff. Microsoft is just going to go ahead and put Windows in there, so that now they only have to code for Windows and then Grand Theft Auto. And there's going to be 2 or 3 different SKUs you can buy. So if you want Asus, get that one. If you want Dell, get that one. If you want whatever else is out there, was it Lenovo or whatever it is, they gonna make one. So it's still gonna be a box in your house, but they're just gonna slap Xbox on it, like they're doing with the Meta 3. They literally just struck a deal with Facebook to just license it and say, we're gonna stick Xbox on here. Now you have you have VR through Xbox. Again, that's what they're going to say. That's what they're doing. They are done with the console. So you got all these guys out here online going through it because the console war is over, and this is driving some people nuts. It is. I'm literally looking at people online going crazy. But if you're leaving Xbox, and a lot of people are, you can build you a decent PC. $380 for a graphics card. That's a good deal. And with the 5060 XT, you get the ray tracing, you get DLSS, you get DLAA, you get all that. And it's a pretty decent upgrade for a lot of people who are like in the 3000 series, where you have a 3060 like me, or 3070, 3080. That's really good. And you can play at 1440p. That's what I recommend you play at. You don't have to, but that's kind of where I play at. So what's up there, El Nini? He says good stuff. Well, alrighty. So just so you guys know, if a lot of people are leaving Xbox because they're mad, Sarah Bond, the gorgeous Sarah Bond, came out and said that, she said it's a Windows device. That she didn't say anything about Xbox. That's what I said before. Sarah Bond is in charge over there now. not Phil Spencer, and she's right at the foot of Satya Nadella, and Satya Nadella is on fire. I mean, he's the one that's like, yeah, we got to get up out of the console business because we're not selling them. We're not selling them. So what they'll do is they'll have storefronts. They'll have a device, an open source device. It will have Steam on there. It will have Epic Games on there. It will have I don't know if it's GOG or GRG on there. It's going to have all that on there, and then you are just going to you're going to buy the games that way. Or you'll still have Game Pass if you have a Game Pass account. So you'll still be okay with Game Pass. That'll just be, it's a Windows device. You just use a Windows Store, sign up for Game Pass. Poof, the little X thing comes up. You all saw the button. This is a quick time event. You hit the X button, boom, you go right into Game Pass. So that's up to you guys, however you all want to do it. I'm sure when it comes with whenever it comes out, and if you don't know, yes, the Xbox controllers will work on this device. So will the PlayStation controllers. I don't know how good the Rumble or the DualSense part will be. I'm not sure, but you have to understand that that's the direction they're going. They're getting away from the actual physical box, and that means the end of the console war online. And you got these guys out here going nuts. So what am I talking about? Now, you get this. This cracked me up. Even though Sony does not own the studios, they just get publishing rights. That's all they do. They get publishing. So, because if you all don't know, they had PlayStation Studios and you had PlayStation Publishing. They work under the same entity, but Sony is building their publishing company. So they publish directly to PlayStation. They generally will not. They'll publish their first party games through Nixes, which they do own, but they publish other games. So they published like Helldivers is owned by Sony. They own the game. But they license another studio, Arrowhead, to make the game. Sony does not own Arrowhead. So then you move, and now games like Stella Blade, which is owned by Shift Up in South Korea. Everybody knows this. These cats online are trying to say that it's a Sony game. I'm like, no, it's a Shift Up game. Sony doesn't own this game. This game is publicly owned by a publicly traded company in South Korea. That's the truth, but they're saying, nope, Sony owns the game because they're trying to push the narrative. You know, Sony came out and said, we're not going to go day and date on PC. That's not our way. You know what I'm saying? When they said that pissed off a lot of these PC cats, and a lot of these PC cats are friggin' they're mad that Sony ain't going day and date, and so now it's they are because these are Sony's games. That's how effed up the console wars got. Now it's turned into publishing wars. And shout out to J-Dub, like he said on 60 Frames No Lag Tuesday night. He's like, yeah, man, this is stupid. The Sony ran Microsoft out of the console business. Basically, Sony came in there and they kept on, beating Microsoft up, told them they were a pretty man, and told them to get their cheeks ready. And Microsoft finally got a sale change. They were like, guard, get me out of here. So they didn't want no more smoke. I was saying the other night that Sony is Godzilla, and people can say that Microsoft is King Kong, but Godzilla is the king of the monsters. So, and he's just the king of the monsters. I mean, Kong got his own little thing. Got Kong, Skull Island. Fine, he's the king out there, King Kong, right? He ain't, but Godzilla rules the earth. Godzilla can be on land and sea. So it is what it is. King Kong can't do nothing about that water. But it is what it is. And of course you have Nintendo is like Mothra. Nintendo's cool, and Mothra's cool too. But Mothra also is it's like a giant moth. So I don't know if you all know, so it's called Mothra. So yeah, just I've never seen anything like it before. So they're saying games like Stella Blade, Rise of Ronin, which again, Sony does not own Rise of Ronin. That was made by, was it Bandai Namco? I can't remember who made it. Sony didn't make that game. They just published the game. But because they published the game, now there's people saying, oh no, that's a Sony game. No, it's not. Sony doesn't own the game. Like, this is unbelievable. This is unreal. Sony does own Helldivers. They own that game, but a Sony first-party studio didn't make the game. Sony does not own Stella Blade, but they published it to PlayStation through PlayStation Publishing. That makes perfect sense to me. So what I said was, based on you all's logic, Sunset Overdrive is a Xbox first-party game, even though it was made by Insomniac, and Insomniac was independent. All right? Right? That's their own logic. You know, what else was, Mass Effect. Mass Effect, the first Mass Effect game was published by Microsoft. Microsoft published it. So that means that that means it's a first party game according to their own logic. It's crazy. You know, Titanfall was money had it by Microsoft. But see, that's the same thing. EA made Titanfall. That was an exclusive deal that Microsoft got with EA. So why it's the same thing as Helldivers, okay? It's the same thing. I'm like, okay, well, with Helldivers, that game is made by a different studio, but they publish it. Quantum Break. Quantum Break is not a Microsoft game. It's not a Microsoft game, right? It is a Remedy game published with Microsoft. That's the truth. So it's to a point. I'm like, this is based on you all's own logic, your own arguments that you're making, and it is nuts. This is getting to the point. Like I said, this is driving people crazy. You got people like J-Tech going back and forth with people who have Nintendo systems. I mean, Nintendo's are crying out loud. You know, well, they keep bragging about third-party support. Nintendo in the 90s had a bunch of third-party support. Nintendo moved away from third-party, and Sega Genesis came in, and then PlayStation came in, and then Dreamcast came out. They started getting all the third-party deals. Nintendo said, okay, fine, we'll concentrate on Star Fox, Zelda, Mario, kind of their big three, you want to call it that, Donkey Kong. We're going to concentrate on that, make those games. And that's what they've done. And it's worked out fine for them. But I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, it's just some of the most crumb-side shit I've ever seen. So, and like I said, you had somebody say that the devs need to get involved in the console war because the podcasters, somebody said this, I promise you. The podcasters are the ones getting everybody hyped up and excited. Man, it is some effed up ish out there. And it says, I'm serious. If somebody said, I'll say it again, that the developers should get involved in the console war because the people doing the console war is the one that gets people hyped up. I promise you cannot make this shit up. You can't. You just can't. You know, you can't. I don't know what else to say. And this is what you all got out here. Like this is what you got. You know, and you are reaping what you sowed, as my aunt would say. Eleni said they're changing their tunes. Yeah, that sounds like it. Now it's becoming more about publishing. So I don't know what they're smoking. Oh, AB says he got 120 plus games. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Game Pass. I paused my Game Pass because it's summertime. I'm not going to be doing a lot of Game Pass. I got hooked up my flight sim again. You know, I'm doing my flight sim summer. Gonna do one of those bombing missions that Trump just ordered. Gonna be the escort them in. If you all don't know, the B-2 was called in by Donald Trump, and it was the B-2. It was the F-35, and it was, I think, 3 submarines. So the submarines launched cruise missiles. The B-2 went in unscathed because Israel has done a good job of destroying Iran's defenses. And despite people saying Iran has shot down some of the F-30, they have not. I actually reached out to 3 people today, and they're like, nah, Iran has never shown proof that they've done it. They haven't. They have not shown any proof that that's happened. So now they did get dogged out by the Russians. The Russians were supposed to order them some Su-30s, and the Russians were supposed to have Su-30s for them and some other things, but they ain't got those. I mean, the Russians are like, yeah, we'll take your money, but you ain't gonna get these planes. So those planes are formidable. But they went in with F-22s having high cover, F-35s leading the way, and then the B-2 bombers dropped their payload, turned around and egressed, refueled over Turkey, flew home. So this was like a 40-hour plus mission. I can't imagine sitting in that cockpit of the B-2 imagine sitting there for 40 hours? God, because they didn't land. They took off from the United States, refueled over Turkey, bombed Iran, turned around, refueled again over Turkey, and then came home. They flew out of Missouri. So, and there was a little sleight of hand because Trump ordered some B-2s to go to Guam, and then nobody was watching these other B-2s. Everybody was like, oh, here are the B-2s, So, and it's a nice little sleight of hand. I give credit where credit is due. I give Trump credit on that. So he deserves that. And I do feel bad for the people who voted for him, who thought he was just going to walk in there and end all the wars, because he don't have that kind of power. Yeah, he's got a bully pulpit, but he's not going to be able to tell Vladimir Putin to stop with Ukraine. He has said he wants Ukraine to have a deal. That's it. And he did the same with Iran. Hey, look, y'all need to sign this deal, blah, blah, blah. So, all right, but back to it. So yeah, you can't make this stuff up, man. So it is like one guy said. He said that it was another game that was in there. I mean, how are these first party games? So they want to push the narrative that the Sony's going day and day here, even though they had a meeting, even though they had a financial meeting and say, yeah, we're not doing that. They're still running around saying, oh, well, yes, they are doing it. Like I said, you can't. I'm not going to lie to you about this. You can't make this shit up, people. Cannot make it up. So, let's see here. Yeah, I think he said there's a massive shift. Yeah, it's gone away from now it's gone away from first party. Because I want to make this clear, Microsoft has no exclusive games. They are day and dating all their games on PC through Game Pass, PC Game Pass on their console, which they're abandoning, and then Sony PlayStation. That's it. But I want to make this clear, with the new Xboxes that are coming out, they're going to be third-party open source device. They're going to slap Xbox on the side of it, and it's a PC. It's a PC. But here's the thing I want you all to understand. Next year, Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, and there's not a PC build for it. I heard D-Bash bring this up the other day on Crossfire. So understand that. Say the new Xbox comes out next year. Let's just say they start coming out next year. All right? Say they come out next year. Grand Theft Auto is only going to be available on the console. Period. It's only going to be available on the console. It's not going to be available in Game Pass through PC because there's no PC version. So if you buy one, guess what you're not going to have access to? And again, somebody can explain this to me differently. My understanding is Rockstar Games is not working on a PC version yet. They, of course, they will. They're only working on console versions. So if you run out and you get this new Xbox, whatever it is, you can download the Steam store on it, but Grand Theft Auto won't be in there because there's no PC version. You can download Epic Store, if I didn't say that. You can download Steam and Epic Store, but there's going to be no version of it. They may have a coming soon pop up there. They may have a placeholder, but they don't have a date. They don't have a release date yet. So it is, but right now they're optimizing it for the consoles, which are made by AMD. So, and that's the truth, Ruth. That's the double truth, Ruth. And so this is going to be, I mean, this is crazy that, you know, that if you buy this device, you will not be playing Grand Theft Auto on it. Based on my understanding of what's happening, it could change. Rockstar Games could come out tomorrow on the 23rd and say, well, guys, guess what? We're going to make a PC version to be out in 2027. I mean, I'm just putting the day out there. So I'm just saying. So be careful. Make sure you do your research before you buy this device. Before you buy anything, make sure you do your research on it. Am I going to buy one? The answer is no. My last console is the PS5 Pro. That's it. I've got two of them. One of them ain't even plugged in yet, sitting right here. Let me turn my camera on. So, because I know you kids are all about, well, we don't believe it. We need to see the receipts. So, my webcam's not coming on. There we go. There it is. There it is. That one's not even opened yet. The one that's open is right. Turn the camera right there. Right there. So, if you know it's a Pro because it's got the stripes right there. That's a Pro. So, just so you know, I know you all are on that bullshit. So, but there you go. So, let me kind of turn it back towards moi. There we go. Gotta put it in the right spot. Boom. So, it took over 10 years for Red Dead 1 to get the PC. Well, I don't think it'll be that long. But I'm just letting people know, just to, again, I'm not saying not what to buy. What you buy is what you buy. But I would, if you're thinking about buying one of these devices and you want to play that game, then you're going to have some issues. Play that game. Now, will it play Death Stranding 2? Yeah, eventually it will. Will it play Ghosts of Yotei? Yeah, eventually it will. All right, it will. Eventually. Will it, it's going to play Resident Evil, of course, because, Capcom, they're absolute monsters. It's going to play Pragmata. All the third-party stuff, it's going to play. But just be careful. Spend your money wisely. That's all I got for you on that. I think it's hilarious that, I mean, the Rockstar Games themselves said it ain't coming out for PC. Like, damn. And then Witcher, the guys who made Witcher, CD Projekt Red, who I think's being courted by Sony right now. So how they showed The Witcher running on a PS5. So we have to wait and see. I think Sony's going to get their hands on that studio. $30 billion a year. What is $30 billion a year? Are you saying Grand Theft Auto made $30 billion a year? You're not saying that, are you? What's $30 billion a year? That's very ambiguous. So that piques my interest. Oh, man. Garcet says they still begging for PlayStation games. But I thought PlayStation had no games. Well, no. I mean, I'm literally got Death Stranding for me. Friday, when I came home and I turned on my PlayStation, because that's the way I move, because I'm gangster, Death Stranding was loading. Like, I didn't know that. Like, it had already started to preload, and I guess if you pre-ordered it digitally, I don't know. People, somebody can check this. It says I can play this game like tomorrow. Hold on, let me turn my TV on. Let me double check that. Either I can play it tomorrow, I can play it Tuesday. Let's see here. Get my TV back on here. Get my PS5 here. Get my screen to pop up here. Go. There, you heard the little beep. And wait for that to come on. All right. I'm just gonna put it on Death Stranding. I'm gonna see what it says. Death Stranding, 1 day, 4 hours. 1 day, 5 hours. So tomorrow, I mean, at some point tomorrow, maybe Tuesday night, I'll be able to play. So we'll want to find out. And I wasn't going to play it. I was going to cancel it because I ain't going to raise another man's baby. And then I was reminded that raising another man's child is the most woke thing you can do. So since I am pro woke, I'm going to go ahead and play the game. So it's going to be crazy like a fox out here. Sony made $30 billion. Oh, okay, in revenue. Yeah, they had a record revenue setting, and then you got people out here saying, well, they should still go day and date. It's like, why? They made record revenue. People say that they should have a showcase, but it wasn't the state of play. The state of play was the most watched state of play that they've done. So there's no reason for them to do a showcase. You see what I'm saying? It's not that it would be nice for them to have one. And there's no doubt in my mind that there's a lot of people that are upset. There's a lot of people mad over that Last of Us Factions game not coming out. Like there are people who are just mad, like bent out of shape mad. So what do you kids say? They're big mad. So I think that's what you kids say. They're big mad. I mean they're pissed, and I don't understand what the big draw of that game was. I mean all you did was run around and shoot. It's like, okay, this is all we're doing now? This is all we got? So Jenna Hayes in the house says, hey, what's up, Jenna Hayes? Yeah, I've been playing Hitman again. I'm stuck on 2 games. I'm stuck on Assassin's Creed. I'm fighting this dude that if he hits you one time with his sword, you fall down and go boom. And I'm stuck on Hitman. I'm on this one mission. It is difficult. There's 4 targets. There are 4 targets to assassinate. And it's tough. It's hard. It's difficult. So I remember doing that mission years ago. I'm like, I don't remember it being this hard, but I have to wait and see. I still haven't played the Matt Mikkelsen version of it yet. I haven't played that yet. I may do that Wednesday. I'm off Wednesday, so we'll see. So, Johnny Gaiman says, okay, the digital deluxe pre-order, people get to play it, at 12 a.m. Tuesday, which for me will be 9 p.m. Monday here in Cali. Oh, okay. Well, see, you better check that out, Johnny, because they may make you all wait till midnight as well. So I'm just saying. They may make you wait till midnight on you all's time. So just double check it. And I'm not here to say you're wrong, but double check it. Yeah, I'm not going to stay up and play that game at midnight, even though there's going to be a lot of people doing midnight playthroughs. I know people that are off on Wednesday. They're going to, like a friend of mine, he's doing it. He said he gets off on Monday. He gets off Tuesday. When he gets off Tuesday, he's going to come home and take something called a hydroxyzine. He's on hydroxyzine. He's going to take that and sleep for the evening and then wake up, he said, around 9:30, 10 o'clock and eat, then be ready to play. So Nick says, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Yeah, I mean, they're mad at that game not coming out. And to me, the game was trash. And Naughty Dog thought it was trash because they canceled the game. As they should. So Mary Wilcox, I didn't see you, Mary Wilcox. Shout out to the First Lady, Mary Wilcox. She says Rockstar puts out PC versions of their games years after they drop on console. They know the bread and butter and it's console. Yeah, I mean, so let's just say Mary's right, and they don't put that game out until, let's just say the game does come out next year, and PC don't get it till 2028. So just remember, if you buy one of these new Xboxes, which is fine, these are open source devices. If you buy that, then, and you're waiting to download Grand Theft Auto, which again, my opinion, is going to be the biggest game ever. It's going to be the biggest game. It's going to be a cultural event. It's going to be bigger than We've had cultural events before. Pac-Man, Star Wars. Those are cultural events. I mean, you could even say Harry Potter to a certain extent, but that was on a smaller level. This is going to be bigger than all of it. Okay, you had Halo. Halo was a big thing. This is going to be bigger. This is going to be all that combined into one concentrated game. It is Grand Theft Auto. And the lead up, when they start that marketing about again, my understanding, I was told by a friend of mine that works in Hollywood that what he believes and what he just kind of hearing from people, because they're shopping a Grand Theft Auto script and for a movie, for somebody to buy it to make a movie or a TV show. he believes the next trailer will be at Jeff Keighley's that his Game Awards, whatever that thing is called. He thinks it's going to be Game Awards, and that we see it, and then it's now you're 6 months out. So you see the Game Awards, the hype starts. You get through the holidays, you get through you get through January, those hard times. The next thing you know, it's March. You got the basketball tournament. Then you're 60 days out. Then your marketing starts. You start seeing it on the side of the buses. You start seeing it on the signs when you go to work. You're gonna see it everywhere. I'm just telling you, it's gonna be huge. I mean, to me, bigger than Pac-Man. And Pac-Man, we had lunch boxes. We had clothes. Star Wars, we had lunch boxes. Action figures. This is going to be bigger than that, and it will not be on your new Xbox device because, again, it's not going to play your games natively. So how's that going to work? Again, we'll have to wait and see. Said Outside Gaming, I said Trump to call in the B2. Yeah, he did. He already called them in. They're already back. Like, they had pictures of them landing. So they're back. Yeah, they're back at home. Probably went to sleep. So yeah, it's a pretty devastating weapon that the United States invented. I mean, this thing's crazy, man. So it's crazy. Like, it can't be detected. Like, it literally can't be detected. It has I think the radar signature it does have is the size of a bumblebee. It's like 0.000083 to the meter square, about the size of a bumblebee. So your radar, they don't even know it's there. So, and the other planes that flew in with it, the F-22s, they're stealth as well. And F-35s, that was a stealth attack. So probably the biggest one in American history. So it's crazy, man. So you wouldn't call Harry Potter a small cultural event. Hogwarts Legacy sold insanely where? Well, I mean, as far as not the cultural event means that people know about it, even the ones who are not into it. So the people who don't like Star Wars, they know what Star Wars is. Like, my mom is not a big Star Wars person. She's not a big sci-fi person. She likes Jaws. Like, that's her favorite movie of all time. There's the sci-fi, meaning that the cultural event, meaning that everybody in the code, they're going to be talking about it on TV shows. That's what I mean. Radio, TV, and even the press was the meaning we made, VAPORS. Shout out to Biz Markie. Now, look, seriously, it's going to be on the world news. It's going to be all over the internet. It's going to be everywhere. Grand Theft Auto will be everywhere because it's a cultural event. So, but I understand, yeah, Hogwarts, Harry Potter, it is a big event as well. But it's on a smaller group of people. Like, most people don't care about Harry Potter. So, Mary Wilcox says, need some much-headed conversations today. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really watched a whole lot of people today. I haven't, so I don't know what people are saying. I was getting caught up on the Iranian bombing. I was looking into that because I like airplanes and stuff. So, calling in people, I talked to like 3 or 4 people today, and the people are doing a great job covering. They are doing a really good job covering. So one guy put me on to this other site that was telling me all kind of things. So it's interesting. We'll see how this works out. Yeah. So first 48 game, he's a mod, a member. He's a mod. I'm sorry. So they dropped way more than 6 bunker. Yeah, they dropped 12. That's been disclosed. They dropped 12. So why did Trump lie about that? He didn't lie. They dropped 12. That's a bunch of ordnance being dropped. And again, they don't have to tell us everything. I mean, there are some things like we don't even know how the stealth works in our planes. Like, we have no idea how it works. Like, they have never disclosed how stealth works. So they haven't. You let us know how good the game looks when I play it. Yeah, I'll stream it Wednesday. Me, I'll stream that game for about an hour Wednesday afternoon because I've got stuff to do Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. I won't be home to the afternoon, so I will check it out then. I'll check it out then. The only thing missing for GTA 6 is the midnight launch. Well, no, I think we're going to get that as well. I truly believe, and you can say, well, Craig, you're just kind of hoping against hope. Fair enough. I truly believe that we will get a midnight launch of Grand Theft Auto 6. We got Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't get that. Remember, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out what time? That game was purchasable at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll see. They could do a 9 p.m. launch. And that game's going to be tough for me to not get physically. Because, see, I got I forgot I ordered Death Stranding. Because I'm like, what did I order Death Stranding? You know, why didn't y'all tell me I ordered Death Stranding? Because I don't remember. I do not remember how me ordering that game. Because I'm like, I'm going to buy it physically. And the people who are getting it physically, I think they get theirs delivered on the 26th. But I think the 25th you can actually go and purchase it. So, all right, well, Mary, what conversations did you hear today that weren't level-headed? Who's out there acting a fool? Jaws is a cult classic. Yeah, my mom loves Jaws. She loves it. And Jaws is a cultural event too. There's still people who watch it in the theater who are afraid to go out in the water, like me. And when I go to the beach, I don't go past my ankles. I ain't doing it. There could be a shark out there. I ain't doing it. Shout out to everybody who goes. That's just not my hype. I will sit there on the beach. I will sip Mai Tais and Long Island iced teas underneath an umbrella, or drink a Miller Lite or some bourbon. Y'all can get in the water, and I'll just sit there under the umbrella and listen to music. And I'll be like, So, so what is Star Wars? Yeah, I know, right? Everybody knows what Star Wars is. So, make it a paid stream. I don't know how to do that off of the PlayStation. I have no idea how to do that off of PlayStation. How do I do a member stream on PlayStation? I mean, do I set it up here as a members only and then stream it like that? I mean, is that how I do it? I'm not sure how it would work. So, let's see here. What else are you all talking about? They said they dropped 24 Tomahawks the next press conference. Yeah, they shot Tomahawks as well. Yeah, but those were probably follow-up strikes after the hole was made. You send the Tomahawks into the hole. So, I mean, I'm just pause. I mean, that's what they more than likely did. But also, the Tomahawk missile strike could have been a feint. That could have been a feint. They could have been like, all right, we got to take our attention over here where these Tomahawks are hitting us. So, it was a combined naval, it was a naval strike, and it was a Air Force strike. So, and it had a lot of people like CENTCOM. They looped in Space Command, Space Force, the European allies. They looped the Israelis in. And the way they looped Israel in is they just simply said, hey, guys, between this time and this time on this day, it's best for you not to have any planes in the sky. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Okay, that's what they probably said to them. Because it's like, we're not going to go ahead and give you the IFF, which your plane will squawk, to another plane. When your plane goes to ID it. Because if not, if you don't have your IFF on, then your plane automatically will identify as a bogey, and then they'll come they'll shoot you down. So yeah. What else is here? That pretty much it then. Cruise missiles, and that's what they use. So do not let people tell you that they didn't do otherwise. Elden Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring again is for people who do like that type of game. Like I've never played Elden Ring, but I don't like Souls games. Well, shout out to everybody who does. What does it say, Craig? The no PS6 getting got. Yeah, I'm not buying a PS6. Shout out to everybody that's buying one. Just make sure you buy an 8K TV as well. So because you're going, 8K TV, 8K monitor. That's it, because they're targeting 8K with that system. 8K path ray tracing. So, and you better get your pocketbooks ready. You better go ahead and get it ready. Just start saving right now. So make it that way. So Jenna Hayes. Oh, Jenna, I've never asked you what your favorite game is. Hey, let's make Jenna Hayes a mod. Add as a moderator. We're gonna have Jenna will be a managing moderator now. We gave her a promotion. So yeah, but look, I'm not saying that those games aren't good because they definitely have their own cult class. And Liza P. I don't know what P lied about. Has anybody else played Lies of the P? Do you know what P was lying about? What did he lie about? So who is P? So, but somebody can let me know who is P and then what did P lie about? Because I need to know. Like P may need an ass whooping for lying. So, Alina says his favorite game is Bloodborne. Yeah. See, I played Bloodborne for an hour. I didn't like it. I'm like, what's the point of this game? I'm just running around. So, I mean, there's no. And I get it. People say, well, From Software's games are like that. And remember, From Software is now owned, majority stock owned by Sony. So very good chance your next From Software game is going to be exclusive. So let's see here. So now your Death Stranding 2 will be ready to play tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Really? Okay. Yeah, mine says 1 day and like 4.5 hours. This is what it says. Okay, Mary said Liza P is good and P is for Pinocchio. All right, but what did he lie about? What did Pinocchio? All right, so what did he lie about? Because it's called Lies of P, so he lied about multiple things. So he's like he's out of control. He's out there lying, just lying. Like you're a liar. So. But yeah, I'll try to make it a paid stream. But it's because look, let me make this clear. Everybody's going to be streaming that game Tuesday night into Wednesday morning and Wednesday. So you also like Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, I think that's an underrated series. Kingdom Hearts is an underrated series. So but I never played Kingdom Hearts. I had a roommate years ago who loved Kingdom Hearts. He loved it. Like, loved it. So it was that was his jam. As we would say back in the day, that was his jam right there. So my jam was Mass Effect. So his jam was that. Pinocchio in the game has the ability to lie. Liza P is a more dark. Oh, yeah, I get that. But what is he lying about? All right, and what lies did he tell? So I thought Pinocchio could always lie. So 1 day, 4 hours, 38 minutes, which ends at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Well, damn. So I can play it tomorrow then? Wow. Oh, you like Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, a lot of people love Kingdom Hearts. That was a huge hit game. I just for me, it went under the radar. But I remember being in GameStop or being in game stores, and people would come in, like parents would come in and say, "Y'all have a game in here called Kingdom Hearts?" And they would say, "Oh, we're sold out," or "Oh, they may have it at another store." But that game was always difficult to find because it just had a following, had a big old following. We're in the Q&A part, so go ahead and get your questions ready. This at my name, and you don't have to donate because if somebody's asking you for money to answer your questions, they got hoe in them. So that's all I can say. Ladies, you do not ever, ever, ever donate money to me. No, that ain't the way that's not the way I'm raised. I still hold the door open for the ladies and say good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So Pinocchio, he's lying about everything. All right, what is everything then? So you all aren't saying, you should just be able to say, Pinocchio lied about this, and this. So, the only way to, so it's a game where, okay, that's cool. That's cool. It says it depends on how you experience, the choices you make. All right, well, I may look into it. But I've heard good things about it. So I've heard good things about it. He's gonna be lying about everything. Like that's too much. Lying about everything is lying all the time. I can't do it. So I can't do that. So listen to the soundtrack. Yeah, I will. I will. I definitely will. Oh well, thank you, Miss Wilcox. I appreciate it. And like Charlie Brown. Like that's a cartoon. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. There you go. So, NBA draft is Wednesday. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So, any other questions or comments for my little Sunday stream? So, if the poll is open, pause. Make sure you all vote in that. And this is a simple question. Have you noticed a shift in some of your favorite YouTubers since the console war ended? And you all, 70% of you all are saying yes. So, wow. So what shift? Let's talk about the shift. What shift have you noticed? What shift have you noticed that it's really piqued your interest? Like, okay, you're old. When I'm looking at pictures of Magic Johnson and James Worthy, and they just look like that's what we looked like in the '80s. My gosh, why didn't somebody say something? Like, oh man. So Mary, it's her favorite in the series. What's your favorite in the series? What is your favorite? What series are you talking about? You also talking about Lies of the P? So I'll look into that. I may end up playing that, but I gotta beat this dude on what's the name of this game? Assassin's Creed Shadows. This dude, he hits you one time with a sword and you're done. You keel over. And the girl is too weak. And the guy but moves very fast. And the guy is too slow, but he's like a tank. So I'm in there running people over. So but yeah, is that pretty much all you all had? No other questions or comments? Well, we'll go ahead and shut the poll down here. There we go. And you all can see the poll that 68% of you said that you have noticed a change. So, just let me know what kind of change you have noticed in your favorite YouTuber or your favorite set of YouTubers. But this so you understand, so you know now online at least any game that is published by Sony, even though Sony don't own the game. They don't own the studio. They just have a publishing deal. Now it's a first-party game. So this would include. So for Microsoft, this would be Mass Effect. This would be even though that wasn't made by Microsoft, that was made by BioWare. Then you had Quantum Break, which again wasn't made by Microsoft. It was made by Remedy Games and published by Microsoft. And the same with Sunset Overdrive. So it is Sunset Overdrive was made by Insomniac Games. Excuse me. And I stayed up on AB's panel last night. Now I'm yawning. So what was I at? Oh, Sunset Overdrive was made by Insomniac Games. That was an independent studio. It was an independent studio. All right. And it was published by Microsoft. But now, according to these cats, they're in, it is what it is, right? It's a first-party game. It's their first-party game. So, Mary Wilcox says she's got to get the AC Shadows, but Expedition 33 took over her life. I was playing that on Game Pass, and I think the game is good, but what am I missing? I mean, to me, it's not this. Oh my gosh! But I've heard. But again, it's a good game. It's a quality game. So, and I've enjoyed it. But now I'm stuck on that. I don't know where you are in the game, but at some point you go underwater. It's pretty neat. You can look up and you can see the fishes and the sharks. They're all above you. They're above you, and sometimes you can see their shadows. I don't know what you're playing on PC. I have their shadows turned up, so I can see the shadows of the fish and the sharks when they go over you. And if you look up, you'll see it. That is actually a neat level, but I'm stuck on that level. Like I am stuck on that level. I have no idea where to go. So, but again, I'm playing my flight sim game now, so I'm good. I'm happy. Like the song says, I'm happy. So good. He says, well, Xbox and Xbox 360 will be missed, not this year. Yeah, that's true. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, Xbox 360 still like I said, still my favorite console. The original Xbox, you know, Knights of the Old Republic. What can I say? That game was so much fun. So you play the game on PS5 and beat it, not 100%, missing a couple of trophies. Oh, there you go. Mary Wilcoxon's on that trophy grind. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah. No, I've heard nothing but great things about it. I don't know if the game is called Expedition 33 or if it's called Clear Obscure. So I don't know which one it's called. But yeah, people seem to be enjoying playing both. And it's probably game of the year. The only game that should be able to knock it off its track is Death Stranding. And my Metascore for Death Stranding is, let me put it into the chat. Here's my Metascore for Death Stranding, because it's the same for all of them. You know, it's the same for, you know, it's the same. It's the same. So, but all right then, says Johnny Gaming says he's been having a blast on AC Shop. Yeah, well, I'm fighting this dude and he's whooping my butt. I mean, it's just frustrating because I can stay away from him for a little bit, but I just can't, you know, I'll get like 3 of his minions out of like the 5. Like, all right, I'm in good shape. I got a poison blade and everything. Like, all right, I'm in pretty good shape. And then all of a sudden, you just see this little red flash and my man goes down. Like, oh, man. Mary Wilcox says it's called Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Oh. So is there somebody in the game named Claire Obscure? Is there somebody in the game called Claire Obscure? So, and maybe it is. I'm like, who is Claire Obscure? Hold on, let me type that in. Let me ask, we're going to ask the AI here. Who is Claire? There we go. It's already up here. Who is Claire Obscure? It doesn't say who Claire Obscure is. Oh, okay. Let's look at the meaning. Okay. Read the options here. What is the name? It says, but does the name Claire Obscure? All right. But what does the name Claire Obscure mean? We're here to explain it, so keep on reading to find out. Oh, man. Translated from French, so oui. Claire Obscure means twilight in English. Oh, okay. Twilight Expedition 33. All right, that actually is a better meaning. Okay, fair enough. But you know, the French have always got to be difficult. So that's the literal translation. The meaning in this context is actually completely different. Claire Obscure, as it appears in Expedition 33 name, is the French translation of the Italian word Claire. Oh man, I can't pronounce that. Chiaroscuro looks like. It means fine art. So it means different things in different languages. So I think Twilight is better. Twilight Expedition 33. So let's see here. You may know by now, you probably recognize some of the most famous instances on a Renaissance. Yeah, that's true. Said the name wasn't just randomly thrown together, but has clearly had quite a lot of thought put into it by the developers at Sandfall Interactive. All right, so it means Twilight. See, that's what I've always thought. Like, why did they call it Claire Obscure? So, but now I get it now. So, Claire Obscure is like Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, I mean, not the new Final Fantasies, but yeah, the turn-based Final Fantasy 6, 7 from back in the day. Yeah, when I was playing it, I felt like I was playing Final Fantasy. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is good, and I'm glad that you all are seeing turn-based games, because Claire Obscure is a turn-based game. And that's why I like playing XCOM and stuff like that, because it calls for a lot of strategy. You're constantly thinking 2 to 3 moves ahead. So that's what I do believe that's what you guys are really enjoying is, well, I got to think 2-3 steps ahead. So, your first degree is in painting. There you go. It's also a painting technique. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it has. It looks like, based on what the article was saying, it means a lot of different things. So I think that's cool. But I'm going with Twilight Expedition because, again, remember, if you played the game, when did your expedition leave? Your expedition left at Twilight. It was Twilight when your expedition left. So yeah, it makes sense. So it's more like Legend of Dragoon. Okay. So Miracle says it's my second turn-based. It's your second turn-based game. Yeah, see, that's back in the day when you played Final Fantasy. Whether you play Final Fantasy, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 13-2, 10-2. It was turn-based. So yeah, and then but that's more of a JRPG. Western RPGs are like Assassin's Creed, Mirage, The Witcher. Those are Western RPGs. That's going to play differently. So because we want we want the fast twitch action, not the slow down pace of what a Claire Obscure brings. So again, it's okay. It's cool. But all right, guys, I'm gonna jump on off here. Been here for about an hour. Appreciate you all. Make sure you hit the like button. Leave a comment if you dare. I do read all the comments. So, but shout out to you all. Thanks for explaining Liza P and Claire Obscure. We now know what that means. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys 50-50 on 60 frames no lag, because if I have a chance to play Death Stranding on Tuesday, I will probably be playing Death Stranding during 60 frames no lag. But all right, so 50-50. Have to wait and see how it turns out. But all right, guys, that is it. I'm going to bounce like a bad check. And you all have a good one. Have a good Monday. Hope it's not too manicky. Deuces.